Hello, I'm John Warman. I'm a Senior Claims Manager at the London P&I Club. Along with colleagues in the IG P&IQ subcommittee, I have been involved in setting the questions and answers for Module 8. So what is Module 8 about? Module 8 is different from the previous 7 modules that make up the P&IQ. At the same time, Module 8 requires no more knowledge beyond what you will have already learnt through studying Modules 1 through to 7. Module 8 is the culmination of previous studies of Modules 1 to 7 and requires revision of all the related texts in preparation for the Module 8 exam. Importantly, candidates passing Module 8 will be awarded a P&IQ diploma, the highest level of qualification available in the programme. The content of Module 8 will include questions drawing upon your knowledge of Module 1, the shipping business, Module 2, P&I insurance, history, operation and practice, Module 3, underwriting, loss prevention and claims handling, Module 4, people risks, Module 5, cargo risks, Module 6, collision, FFO and pollution risks, and Module 7, towage, salvage, GA and wreck removal. So why is Module 8 required? Module 8 was conceived when the P&IQ transitioned from written exams to online multiple choice exams. Whilst it is clear that the multiple choice questions for the modules are technically advanced and achieve the goal of testing candidates' knowledge to a high level, the aims in introducing Module 8 were to ensure candidates who succeeded at the highest level of P&IQ have a sound knowledge of the materials as well as their application. Candidates are submitted to a high standard of examination, going beyond what multiple choice exams can test. Testing towards a standard more comparable with the demands faced by historical candidates who took written exams. Candidates could draw upon the knowledge gained in Modules 1 to 7 and use it to consider complex scenarios in keeping with some of the problems they might face in a career in P&I. That candidates can dissect problems into constituent parts and provide members, clients, colleagues with advice on the relevant issues arising. Candidates can demonstrate knowledge analysis and problem-solving skills. That candidates could demonstrate an ability to write clearly and accurately, providing necessary details to usefully assist the reader in understanding the implications of complex scenarios. What is the exam format? The exam is booked through Coracle and scheduled through TestReach in the same way as previous modules. The exam is 2 hours long. Candidates are offered 3 scenario-type questions and must answer 2. Each question is awarded 50 marks, including 5 marks for presentation. As answers are typed, the presentation marks are looking for reporting and writing skills, as well as demonstration of knowledge gained in Modules 1 to 7. Several part questions will be asked from each scenario, which will relate to different areas of Module 1 to 7. Thus, knowledge of more than one module will be required to answer each question. The indicated number of marks for each part will relate to the importance of that part and the time and detail that needs to be given in the answers. Some questions may require mathematical calculations. Broadly, questions will require a summary of pertinent issues, identifying, summarizing, or outlining the main points, a technical assessment describing, comparing, or explaining how each point may influence the plan or recommendation, a plan or recommendation addressing the problems posed and how they may influence the club or members' response to the problems or issues described in the scenario. So how do I study for Module 8? Whilst the level of knowledge required for each module is not as detailed as when you were tested for individual modules, a good basic working knowledge of Modules 1 to 7 is required, especially areas relating to P&I and practice. Whilst no interactive sample test is available, 2 sample questions are available on P&IQ.com along with model answers. How will Model 8 be marked? The answers are marked manually by examiners. Whilst the marking scheme is related to the texts of Modules 1 to 7, credit is also given for other valid answer content. What tips can you give? The main tip is to ensure that you have considered and absorbed the knowledge provided in the previous modules to a basic working knowledge. can see how the different parts of that knowledge may coincide in real-life scenarios. Understand how some aspects of the knowledge may be of a type more likely to lead to questions in the context of a complex scenario than other aspects. Will recall enough of the detail of the knowledge under exam conditions and will be able to provide clear and useful advice in answer to the questions posed. Final word. Candidates should not be daunted at the idea of being examined on the whole syllabus of P&IQ, as candidates who had sufficient knowledge to pass modules 1 to 7 should do well in module 8, provided they are put in sufficient study hours, reacquainting themselves with each module to a basic working level, and are also familiar with the sort of scenarios faced in P&I. Good luck!